you can just start with the overall comment about last week's game against Belton.
Well, it was a heartbreaker, really. I mean, you know, did some good things, did some bad things, and unfortunately, we didn't come out of there with a win. I think obviously one play away from having a win, and you can point to several different ones. Obviously, the first kickoff hurt us. We were trying to kick it to the numbers on the right, and our kicker pulled it and kicked it to their fastest kid in the middle of the field. And then on top of that, we didn't cover very well and missed a couple tackles, and that guy made us pay. So right off the bat, didn't start good, and then we ran the option play second half, and Christian kind of ducked it up inside and then tried to pitched it on the ground. They picked it up and returned it for a touchdown. So obviously those two plays really hurt, and you take those two away, and we obviously win the game. But didn't work out like that. It was disappointing. Penalties obviously were a big factor in the game. Again, we had 20 penalties total, 13 in a row on us, and you can't beat anybody having 20 penalties in a football game. And so we got to address that. We got to try to clean it up and get better from here.
Coach, offense had 600 yards of total offense, and of course, even with the 20 penalties, you almost overcame that. How positive of a sign is that moving into basically what is the last game before district, knowing that your offense is at the point where it's putting up those kinds of numbers?
Well, offensively, we played pretty good all year. I mean, we've steadily improved. We've gotten better week by week. I think Christian's gotten better week by week. I think our receivers, our O-line, really across the board, I think we've gotten better as we've gone. We've shown that we've been able to score some points. We just, like I said, we're just a play away, really. I mean, three losses, and each of them are by a score or less, and so we're right there, and that's what I told our kids today. We're right there. Play away. The margin of error in Texas high school football is razor thin. And it just goes to show you that one play, two plays can make a huge difference. And if we can have a bounce go our way, or get a break or two, I think we could easily be 4-0. Obviously, we're not, but we're right there close. And so we talked to the kids about that today, hey, we got a lot in front of us. We got a lot to play for. We got to continue to play. But back to your original question, I think our offense has done some good things. We're certainly not perfect. The false start penalties by our receivers has got to stop. It's got to improve. I mean, we do drills every day to try to negate those and get better from it, which we just got to be more disciplined and be locked into the ball and not false start, But, also the bad snap killed us. That was the first or second drive of the game, and we snap it over our head on a 4th and 1 down in the red zone, snap it over our head. I mean, those are things we can't do. And so regardless of how many yards that we're gaining and how many points we're scoring, we're not quite getting the job done. And so we gotta just continue to chop wood and try to get better.
Yeah, Coach, like you said, you're a couple plays away essentially from being 4-0. We've come in here the past couple weeks, and you said that you're right knocking on the door. What is it going to take to kind of get over that hump?
I think it's going to take fewer penalties for one. Fewer penalties. We got to continue to play. The way that we're playing on offense, hopefully keep improving, and then we got to eliminate some of the big plays. Defensively, I thought we played better. We gave them 14 points on the kickoff return and the option pitch on the ground that they scooped and scored. We gave them 14 points. Besides that, we played pretty good, with the exception of they had 2 explosive plays on us. And we've got to do a better job of slowing that down. Abilene Cooper had several explosive plays on us, and we've got to, like I said, this week was better, but it still wasn't perfect, and so we've got to negate some of that. We got to make teams work for it. We can't just, throw a quick screen and go, and we have a busted coverage, and it's a 60-yard touchdown, or they run the power read and our linebacker's in the wrong gap and it's a 70-yard touchdown or whatever. We've got to negate that. And so I thought we took some steps this week defensively. I thought we did some good things. Still not quite there, but we got to shore that up a little bit.
Last week for you guys before district play opens up, what are you hoping to get out of your team? One final tune-up before what's always a gauntlet of a district run for you guys.
Yeah, we play a good Abilene Wylie team. They're a good football team. They're 2-2, but they've beaten Lubbock Cooper, who's a really good football team. They beat Stephenville, who's a 4A powerhouse. And so they're a good team, and it's their homecoming week and all that. So we've got to go over there to Abilene and all these things that I'm talking about. We've got to go do it, and we've got to get better at it, and we've got to go do it on a Friday night, and we've got to put it all together at once. We've got to have all three sides, working together. Offense, defense, special teams. It takes all three phases of the game to be successful, and we've got to go over there and we've got to put it together for 60 minutes for a full game. And so we've been close, but close only doesn't count in football. Unfortunately, we gotta go put it together. So, hopefully we can do that. I know I've said this before, but our guys showed up today with a great attitude. We had a good practice, and so that's encouraging. It's encouraging to see the guys are still excited and whatnot. And so, hopefully, we can go over there and play a good game, and then we got our open week, and then we gotta get ready for district, like you said. And so, we got to go over there and do it.
How big confidence-wise would win this Friday do to the guys? Having the bye week, they can still feed off that, but then you go into district knowing, you beat a really good, Wylie team.
Yeah, it'd be big. It would be big. That was that was a big part of that Hail Mary last year when we won at home. We beat Wylie at home on the Hail Mary deal, and we felt like that gave us some momentum going into district last year. So same deal. We want to go over there and we want to play good. We'd like to get a win. That would be great, and I think that would help us going into district. We start district with Midland High, who's playing really good football right now. They're 4-0 and playing really good, and so it would be nice to try to get a victory and get some momentum going into the open week, and then to start district play. Yes, for sure, that would be a good thing. But regardless, we just got to continue to keep getting better and keep working and keep chopping wood and overcome some adversity. It's hard to win football games in Texas. It really is. Like I said earlier, it's razor thin lines, and got to put it all together, and hopefully we can do that. So we're excited about another opportunity, though. We only get 10 guaranteed opportunities, and this is opportunity number 5, and so hopefully we can put it all together.
Yeah, Coach, like you mentioned, you've been in a lot of close games this year. Obviously that can kind of, you come out on the losing side of some of those games. What is it going to take for you guys to kind of maybe get a big win here in Abilene Wylie?
I think just kind of the same things we've talked about a little bit already. Is just, we got to continue to play well on offense. We got to have special teams do their job, and then we gotta play a little better on defense as well. And so if we can do all those things, we're a pretty good football team. We're young, and I've said that from the get-go. We're young. We got guys playing varsity football, that have zero experience up until this year, and a lot of sophomores, even a freshman. That's almost unheard of in 6A football to play with a freshman defensive lineman. We got another defensive lineman that's playing a lot for us that he was out with an injury all year on the freshman team, and so not only is he a sophomore playing this year, but he didn't even play last year because of an injury, and our free safety right now is a kid that played freshman running back last year, and so our cornerback this year is a kid that didn't play football last year. He came to us this spring and didn't even play football last year. Our other cornerback's a kid that started the year at receiver for us, and we switched him over to defense. And so, it's been some moving parts like that on the defensive side of the ball. We're trying to figure out, obviously the best 11, the best combination that we can come up with, and we feel like we're really close. We feel like we made some strides this week, and now we just got to continue to build from here.
Coach, Javion Robinson went down pretty early in the game against Belton. Never really came back. Is there any update on what happened to him, or is he doing all right?
Yeah, he's doing good. He's doing better, yeah.
Yeah, Coach. Like you just mentioned, you had a lot of moving pieces, and guys, new to the position, to their positions on defense. Is part of finding your groove on defense also kind of finding the right alignment for your team? I saw you guys run a bit of 3-3-5 last week. You've dabbled in some 3-4, 4-3, things like that. Is that also just part of the process?
Yeah, our alignment's dictated a lot by their offensive formation. So we're multiple odd front teams. So sometimes it's going to look like an odd stack, and sometimes it'll look more like a 3-4. Sometimes we'll have more down linemen. If they have a tight end type team, tight end type formation, and so it's pretty multiple. We had some issues early in the season with alignment, not getting lined up properly, and which hurts. Half the battle on defense is getting lined up right, and we misaligned a couple times against Abilene Cooper, and it cost us big time. Thought we did a better job this week against Belton lining up. Still wasn't perfect, but it was much better, and I think that helps. Obviously, we got to continue to make strides in that area, but like I said, I thought we tackled better. Thought we got to the ball faster. So some things that were encouraging to see. Now let's go see if we can improve on it.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
All right, appreciate it.